If life feels too exhausting, listen to these 18 stories to illuminate the wisdom of life. Not everything will always go smoothly, there will always be obstacles ahead. Therefore, you must learn how to escape those difficult circumstances as quickly as possible. On this journey of life, filled with challenges, sometimes taking a moment to listen to these meaningful stories will help you realize that some things need to change and some actions need to be taken. This will benefit you in the future. Now, let's reflect on the first story. Where does a person's true value lie? There was a beggar who had lost his right arm. He looked very pitiful, and everyone who saw him gave him alms. One day, he went to a farmer's house to beg for food. The lady of the house told him to first move a pile of bricks from the gate into the yard. The beggar, angry, replied, "You know I only have one arm. Are you mocking me?" To his surprise, the lady sat down and intentionally moved the bricks using just one arm. After finishing, she turned to the beggar and said, "I can move them with one arm, so why can't you?" The beggar couldn't say anything and forced himself to use one arm to slowly move the bricks. It took him 2 hours to finish the task, and he was exhausted, sweat pouring down his face. The lady handed him a white towel. He wiped his face and neck, turning the towel black with sweat. She then gave him 50,000 dong. The beggar thanked her profusely, but the lady said, "You don't need to thank me. This is your payment for the work you did with your sweat." The beggar replied, "I will never forget your kindness. Please let me keep this towel as a souvenir." Years later, the beggar returned, dressed in a fine suit, to visit the farmer's family. Seeing the lady now older, he was moved and said, "I used to be a beggar, but now I am the president of a company, thanks to you helping me regain my dignity. If it weren't for you, I might still be wandering aimlessly." The lady replied, "That's because you did it yourself." The company president wanted to gift her a house, but the lady gently declined. He couldn't understand why. She smiled and said, "My whole family has only one arm. To maintain our dignity as human beings, we must respect ourselves, respect those we know, and respect those we don't. Only by finding joy in our work can life have value. Even if the money we earn is not much, it is still worth more than many who have money but have lost their soul." When facing our own misfortunes, we shouldn't view them as too significant. There are countless people who are more unfortunate than we are. When we see our own misfortune as minor, we can easily overcome it and live joyfully and creatively, shaping our own lives. The most precious thing in a person is the heart and mind that can awaken the seeds of goodness within. When creativity is sparked in the mind, miracles in life can emerge. Physical shortcomings, like losing an arm, are merely small obstacles. With just a change in mindset, a beggar can become the president of a company. When it comes to physical disabilities, few people are as unfortunate as Nick Vujicic, who was born without arms and legs. Yet he did not resign himself to despair or wallow in sorrow. Instead, he built a successful career and a happy family. He serves as an inspiration to millions of disabled and able-bodied people around the world. Character creates a person's value. Those with physical disabilities, who still cultivate a strong will and character, can rise above and earn the admiration and respect of others.